Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily go-getterism number 855 for February 4th, 2017. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about Roe versus Wade. Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade. The abortion issue. Pro-choice versus pro-life. And what it means to us. What it means to our people, my people. You and me. You and I. Little black and brown men, women, and children. When we look at the abortion issue, what I think is interesting, most interesting about the abortion issue is that, sure, black people get abortions, and according to the statistics, we get a lot of them. But that's not something that we talk about openly like that. I guess you could say when it comes to abortion, we more put that into practice, whether we believe in abortion or not. Sure, we may verbalize that we are either pro-life or pro-choice. But if we're pro-choice and we have a need to terminate a pregnancy, that's what we do. You know, there aren't too many people I know, black women or whatever, fighting for their rights or protesting for their rights to be able to have an abortion. It's not that we don't believe that is our right, but, like I said, it's just something that we seem to put into practice more than just talking about. And it's not something that most of us are proud of. Even though there are women out there who've had multiple abortions, some use it as a form of birth control. Actually, birth control is anything you do to control birth. It's anything that you do to either prevent or promote birth. So even if I decide to that no matter what, I'm not going to have any children until after I finish my education for whatever, however long that goes, that's still a form of birth control. So I think we need to understand the concepts and the words and the terms that we use instead of just knowing what they mean and not discussing them any further and not really going into detail about them. But anyway, so that's how many of us are on the pro-choice side. On the pro-life side, I don't see a whole lot of us represented in the pro-life struggle. Like, I don't know too many black men or women that are, killing doctors or burning down or bombing abortion clinics, or going down to Washington and protesting against people who have abortions. When we believe in pro-life, we just make sure that we have our babies if we become pregnant, or put them up for adoption if we are unable to terminate the pregnancy, whatever the case may be. We just handle our business. But when you think about who you do see fighting for the right to kill their babies, or fighting for the right to make sure that babies don't get killed through abortion, who do you see? What do you see? On the pro-choice side, you see white women fighting for their right to have an abortion. They fight for their right. They protest for their right to be able to kill their babies if they get pregnant for whatever reason. Now, that's not to say that there isn't any reason that you should ever have an abortion. I'm not going to front. If it was a situation where my wife or my girlfriend or my daughter or my sister or my mom or whatever had been raped and they became pregnant because of that rape, that baby is not going to be born. I'm sorry, but that's us putting that into practice. I don't have to go to the state in order to sanction that or approve that or feel good about that or feel bad about that. But you'll see a lot of white women on the pro-choice side fighting for their right to be able to have an abortion. My people don't really ask for permission for those types of things if permission isn't warranted. Anyway, on the pro-life side, what do you see? You see white men fighting for the right to refuse an abortion because they want those children to be born. What children do they want to be born, though? They want to make sure that the white children are born. White women on the pro-choice side want to make sure that they don't have unwanted children. Black men on the pro-life side, making sure that you don't kill those little white babies. And I have to make that distinction because they're not fighting. They're not fighting to make sure that black and Latino babies are born. That's not part of the agenda. And there is agenda and there is a plan. And people who don't believe that there's a plan, then they'll probably look at this video and say it's a bunch of garbage, it's a bunch of rubbish, it's a bunch of bullshit. But the evidence supports everything that I'm saying. The truth of the matter is the planet is becoming darker and darker in terms of race. There's a lot of intermarrying, there's a lot of interracial relationships, intermixing, and those babies are coming out black. Black mixed with anything else means black. Whether you go for the paper bag test rule or whatever, doesn't matter. It's the dominant gene, it's the dominant hue, which means color, and that's what you are. So even if you don't believe in race, you see color, even if you don't acknowledge race. Some people say that they don't see color when they see people. Because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I can understand you saying, I feel that a man should be judged by the content of his character rather than what he looks like in order for me to like him. I completely understand that, but don't tell me you don't see color because that sounds dumb. Doesn't mean you may be socially blind, but you're not physically blind, So anyway, like I said, on the pro-life side, these white men are very, very concerned about them not having the population numbers that they once enjoyed. See, black people in this country have procreated and multiplied organically through birth. Our only fertility drugs have been sperm and egg. That's it. So that's a stark difference between Europeans that have come into this country. In the United States, the Caucasians have flooded this country with immigrants from Germany, from France, from England, from Ireland, Scotland, Greece, Russia, Poland, and anywhere else where Caucasians lived in Europe. That's what they flooded this country with. And that's how they grew in terms of their numbers. Their numbers didn't grow in terms of births. They just brought a bunch of their immigrants from over in Europe, and they brought them over here, and then they had babies here. So you hear second and third and fourth generation Europeans. Our people, black Americans, indigenous Native American peoples, that's who we are. We increased our numbers through straight birth. We are organically grown in the USA. And that offends some white people because now they see with all of this interracial dating and mixing and all of that kind of stuff, they don't like the way that looks. And that is at the forefront of this abortion issue. They want to make sure that those white babies are born. But they've also done things to black people to make sure that our numbers diminish more and more. Sterility. Look, all of these vaccines, I'm telling you, y'all dummies, y'all take that flu shot, those or let your daughters take those HPV vaccine drugs and all of that kind of stuff. Anything that the government gives away for free, you need to be very, very, very wary of that. Because there's no doubt that genocide has been practiced on us before. There's no doubt that we have been sterilized before, given syphilis before. They have done a lot of things outright to decrease our multiplication numbers in terms of births. But like I said, we are organically grown. So Roe versus Wade, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And I'm not sure if they factored this into their equation. If you take away women's rights to have abortion and you demonize it, you criminalize it. In other words, if you have an abortion, then you go to jail. What's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of white women in jail, and you're going to have a lot of black women with children. So our population numbers will continue to rise, and I know that wasn't part of the plan. They figured like, yo, if we outlaw abortion, then these white children will be born, and then our numbers can come back up. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So what's going to happen is why these white women are having babies. These black women and Latino women are having babies. And y'all know can't nobody do it faster than us. And that's what's going on with the Roe v. Wade issue as far as our people are concerned. Maybe the things that I said are going to anger some people. I know how it be. But the thing is, you'll be hard-pressed to really dispute the things that I've said. Now, some people probably going to come through with statistics and all of that. Just remember, statistics are based on a test sample, a control group. They're not representative of everybody. Just remember that. And not only that, remember who's giving the survey for the statistics and what their motivation is. Play stupid if you want. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when it comes to Roe v. Wade, remember who's out there fighting on the front lines. Whenever you see Caucasians fight against each other, you need to pay attention to what their true motivation is. Because more than likely, it has something to do with you. And at the same time, it ain't got nothing to do with you. The Daily Go Getimism shows every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Calling number is 319-527-6199. Or you can listen online, blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace. That's good, man.